Yo, what is up guys, what's up, Zero bringing us a video about my Metalfoes Pendulum deck for the June of 2018 format. This is a deck that I've been testing for a very long time, ever since Electromite was released in the OCG. So now I'm giving you guys a deck profile now that I have all the cards. And I've been testing this deck back and back, day to day, and this is what I have for you guys. Unfortunately, it's not a pure Metalfoes or not even clear to a full Metalfoes deck, but it's the most I can do to make it as consistent as possible. So let's get started with the video. Start off with the main deck. We played 3 Master Servers. This is just to get to Electromite, really good card. Then we played 2 Jackals, really good card to get to Electromite, and then the negation on board is just really nice against the Sky Striker matchup, any of the matchups in general. It's just a really good card. Then we play our Magician Engine. We played 3 Harmonizing Magician just to special summon cards from the deck. Is just really powerful. Having the extra monster is just really helpful in making boards. This is really good. And then we play 1 Black Fang, 1 Purple Poison. This is just to have scales. One is 8, one is 1. And then Purple Poison is really good to get rid of anti-spell and stuff like that. And then we play Black Fang to get cards from the graveyard. It's really good for that. And then we play Janchi because it's really good against the Trickstar matchup. But the most important thing is it's level 7, so you can special summon it with Harmonizing. And then get to Vortex. It's just really good. Then we play 1 Time Gazer Magician because it's really good when I'm using it to get to Electromite with Chronograph's effect, or to make Dawn Dragster with Harmonizing. It's just really good for that. And then we play 3 Bambuku and 1 Nekomata. It's a really good card because it searches. Nekomata searches at the end phase, and you can make Totem Bird, which is actually really good. And then we play 3 Chronograph. Being able to special summon a card from the deck, your Time Gazer, when it's in scale, and being able to special summon it from the hand when the card is destroyed is just really good. It's our replacement for Astrograph Sorcerer because unfortunately Astrograph is banned, but this is our now replacement because it's really good for making Electromite, getting your cards off of your hand, getting pluses, really good. And then we played 3 Curtain Risers just to get to Electromite. Its monster effect is really good when you're going against Inspector Border and stuff like that, so you can just attack over it. Has 22 attack, really good. Then we play our Supreme King Engine. We play 3 Darkworm and 2 Gate. These cards are really good. Getting to a level 7 is just really good to make Vortex, and then Darkworm, being able to send it to graveyard, special summon it, get a search, really good. And it's a dark pendulum, so it can make stuff like the Dark Rebellion that I am playing, spoiler alert. Then we play 1 Rescue Hamster, really good, gets 2 extra cards from your extra deck, and being able to special summon 2 monsters from your deck when you have a card in your extra deck, it's really awesome. And then the skill 5, it comes in clutch sometimes. It comes in clutch. And then we played 2 Rescue Rabbit. Now this is weird to some people, but since I'm not playing such a big Metalfoes engine, there's really no need for me to play 3 because I'm realistically only going to resolve 1. And if I do draw one of the Metalfoes that I do play, because I do play 2, and it's just not, it's unrealistically for me to resolve 3. So these are just extra cards to think of it. If you think of it that way, then you would understand, because these cards are just extra cards to get to Electromite. But the Metalfoes cards are just there for scales. They're really good. And then we play the Metalfoes Engine. We play Gold Driver and Stealin'. This is the unique part about the deck. I know Triff Gaming, he's inspired to do all these combos with the DDDs and all the other stuff, the Odd Eyes. But now I want to bring my version with Metalfoes because they're really good for making either Mithrilium, which can get rid of cards, get your back your Electromites, or make Alkais as another disruption, really good. And then they're both 2 cards that get summoned off a Rescue Rabbit, 1/8, 1/1. So really good for that. And they get to Metalfoes Fusion, which is important. Then for our spells, we played 3 Pendulum Call because this card is just really good with the interaction with Dark Worm. Is just really good interaction with the Metalfoes Fusion, and having that, getting rid of that extra hamster or dead card in your hand is just really good, and just getting sales to your hand is just really OP. And then we play the 1 Metalfoes Fusion. This is for the Metalfoes Engine, being able to make Mithrilium and Alkais, obviously really good. And then we play the 2 cards to send Dark Worm to the graveyard, Foolish and Dragon Shrine. These are just good to get the Dark Worm, so we can make Electromite. So that is it for the main deck. For the extra deck, we played 3 Electromites because this is obviously the best card in the deck. Being able to have not only arrows, but being able to draw a card and get cards from your extra deck to your hand is just really good. Then we played Zephyr Metaltron because of the arrows. Its monster effect doesn't come up that much because your opponent plays around it, but overall, just for the arrows. Then we play the Underclock Taker. This is just for the combo, so you can make Vortex Dragon. But besides that, I'm thinking about taking this out for Gunblar Dragon when we do get that in the TCG, which is probably today or tomorrow because today is Thursday when I'm recording this. But just to make a Vortex is just really good, and to lower attack is just obviously really good. But once we get Gunblar Dragon in the TCG, definitely try this out and play this card over it so you can have an extra card to get rid of a card in your opponent's hand. And then we play for our XCs, we play Tornado Dragon just to get rid of back row. It's really good against the Altergeist matchup. I was thinking about putting a Abyss Dweller over that, but you know, Altergeist is a really hard matchup for this deck. You want to have your Tornado Dragon in that matchup. And then we played Totem Bird, really good for negation, just awesome card to get disruption on the board. And then we play Absolute for the Vortex. Play Naruto. This is the best Stone Trap card negator because it's not only a negator, but it also is a 27 beat stick, so it's just really good for damage. And then we play Dark Rebellion because it's just really good for getting a whole bunch of damage on board and just being able to get over stuff like Boral Load or any just pesty card, like, you know, I don't know, any card that can't be targeted by card effects is just really good. And then Omega, because we play Harmonizing, just get a card out of your opponent's hand is really good. Being able to return Electromite to your hand, or not to your hand, to your extra deck is just really good. Then we play with Dawn Dragster for the obvious Harmonizing, just special summon Time Gazer, really good. And then we play for our fusions, we play Metalfoes, Mithrilium, and Alkahest, just really good cards overall. Being able to disrupt your opponent by taking their monster, really good. I wish it was on your turn as well, but unfortunately it's not. And then Mithrilium, obviously, to get rid of a card, shuffle back your Electromites, really good. I wish you could play 3, like, not 3, but 2 Mithriliums, so you can shuffle back the Mithrilium from your graveyard, you know, keep recycling it, but unfortunately it's not a lot of space in this deck. And then we played you 1 Vortex Dragon. So that's it, guys. That's all I want to talk about. This deck is really good. Like, this whole deck is just a bunch of, like, crazy pendulum cards, but this is my best version of Metalfoes and how good they are, like, this format. Unfortunately, we don't have Masterpiece. You could bring, like, a really good version of, like, Metalfoes, a combination, and then, like, Diagram and Ignis and all that other stuff. But I found that build is just too bricky because combination is a brick if you don't draw the dang, the True Dracos, and then this is like the best build. It's just straight up pendulums with the Metalfoes card because I do love the Metalfoes archetype. And yeah, that is it, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this deck profile, and I'm out.